everybody, welcome to part 2. So today is the different types of fae. Now I might give you 2 videos today because I'll break them down so they're not so lengthy for you and you can watch them at your own time. The different types of the fae. Okay, so we get household fae, which is the Dominic. You might know him as the house brownie. That tends to be more UK. We have the water fae. Now they can be mermaids, the merfolk, the selkies, or we can have the river, sort of, or the lake, the nymphs, the fairies of the lake. We also, have the woodland, which is the elves, the sprites, the sort of like earthbound spirits. They're not very fairy really. Or we can have gnomes. They're more rocky terrain, sort of the moorland, places like that. So that to them is their territory. It's a bit like us. We have countries, they have territories. And the most interesting thing is they actually do have like different sort of cultures. So for example, the pixie, which I'm going to go into more later, is very kind of Cornwall. And I've had an experience myself, and I'm going to sound potty when I tell you, but hey ho, take it as you like it. I am potty. So how do they reveal themselves? Well, how they reveal themselves, as most witches will know, and if you don't, you probably already know this. If you don't, hey ho, this is a bonus, isn't it? So they shapeshift in the trees. So they're very camouflaged. So if you're walking through the forest and you see the trees and you think, oh, does that look like a face? Does that look like a body? Does that look like a creature? Oh, that's cute. Wow, look at that. That is how they work. That's how they show themselves to us. They show themselves to us as camouflaged nature spirits. So I want you to pop down the forest, and when you're down the forest, and you might think you're a bit potty, don't worry, wonky minds, toadstool minds, okay? And just relax and be open to the fae. It's always a good idea to leave an offering. Now, did you know, okay, you can leave an offering and it is completely legal. We're not in the barren times. Did you know back in the barren times, if you left an offering, be it food, be it crystal, be it herb, you would have been, well, it was actually illegal. It was actually illegal back in the barren times when witchcraft was illegal. It was actually legal to leave offerings to the fairy. How astonishing. It was a law. That's no longer a law, so you can't get in trouble. No matter what anyone tells you, that is no longer law, and they cannot burn you at the stake or hang you. So go ahead, because the fairy really have been starved over the last, last century, possibly more, of fairy offerings. So you can imagine that they're a little bit slow coming forward, though they may not be, depending on your heart. And I know you, and you probably come through very quick because you are very true of heart. So they have been kind of cheated by humans. So this is why they don't connect with us all. It is said they used to connect to everybody. Everybody could see the fairy. Before religion, we could all see them. But because of what we've done to them, they're picky. So it's very sad because that means not everybody gets a gift. But in a way, it makes the gift more special to you and more paranormal, more supernatural. So leave offerings. Household fairy, we leave a pot of tea, a cup of tea. Maybe you could leave sugar almond or a bit of honey. Make sure it's on the same day every day. Oh my God, do not leave it at the wrong time or the wrong day. It's got to be at the same day, the same time, in the same place, in his own teacup that's washed with the family's dishes, okay, and placed back in the same place, okay? And oh my Lord, don't ever use it. Nobody else use it. Even the cat, don't use it. There'll be hell let loose. He will sack himself and he will be gone. Okay, so that's the household fairy. Now, when we're talking more sort of working with different elements and leaving offerings, you might be disabled or immobile and it's tricky to get out. Don't worry. You can just connect. Your energy, it goes so far. Fast energy. You are full of energy, and don't you realize that energy can just go all over the world, okay? 2 different dimensions. So just think about them, light a candle, connect to them, hold some crystals, okay? Honestly, they will know, and they will know that you're unable to go to them, and they will make, you know, exceptions for you. Now, if you're healthy and you've got a pair of legs that work really well, no, you can't get away with it, because they will know, and they will not be happy with you. And you do not want a cross fairy, because then you get very angry indeed. Okay, we don't do that, okay? So if you're capable, it's just like if you were to take them a slice of cake, and you were more than capable of making cake, and you went to the supermarket and bought a bloody cake, they would be like, what do you think that is? What do you think that is? And they'd probably stamp on it, okay? And they'd look at you across, you know, cross their arms and stamp their feet, because they know you're a kitchen witch and you can dish up much better than that, okay? So it's a bit like the rich man and the poor man. If the rich man said give £100 and the poor man gave a penny, who is more of greater intent? The rich man's a billionaire. The poor man, that penny was the last money he had for bread. Who's more intense? I tell you now, I leave that with you, because that's how the fairies think, okay? They don't go by social norms and judgment in laws as LOWS. They go by law, LORE. They're not frightening. So I do apologise if I've frightened you a few times. I don't mean to. It's just there is a law, LORE, and it's tiny. It's just to keep them safe, really. It's to keep them safe. Don't you? Oh, come on, guys. They've been squashed by humans. They're going to want to keep themselves safe. But you know what? They've got a lot of life lessons to tell us, and a lot of wisdom. And I'm going to give you a bit of wisdom about the pixies and their message for us today in our next video, which will be right after this. You actually get 2 videos today. So let's have a look at some of the others. Okay, so the offerings. So we're definitely looking at the different types of fae. So when we look at the Mar folk, Haiti is where they originally came from. Did you know that? But you know, all over the world, America, UK, we all want to say they came from here, don't they? And that's not saying they're not here, because they are. And there's so many different sightings, and so they are real. But Haiti is definitely their place of origination, that place where they be sort of the Caribbean or the Haiti kind of way. If you go over to the Caribbean or places like that, you will go on their beach. I tell you now, they are very open about Yumea. They are very open about the mermaids. They know they're mermaids. Some of them are quite scared of them. Some of them are very open to them. They actually leave their babies on the shore. If you were to go over to Haiti, especially, you know, in Caribbean, they leave their babies wrapped in white next to the water to ask for the Mar goddess, Yumea, to bless them, because she loves children and she protects them. So that's very, very vast over there. If you went over there and said you didn't believe in mermaids, they would think you were crazy. Where if we said here in the UK we believe in mermaids, they'd think we were crazy. It's all about perceptions. It's all about what people believe and see and what they want to see. It really does come down to what they want to see, but they are real. They really are. Though they would come from the depths of the waters, that you know, it is said in one way, they were more known to be in the depths of the water humans cannot get to. Good job. And in another way, they're on another dimension. I do believe in my own experiences, as in study and working with the Mar. It's both. They can come here physically and they can come here as holographic. Maybe just holographic. I'm not sure. You know, I haven't seen one in the ocean because I've not actually dived right down to the ocean. I can't even swim. Okay, so you know, take it as you like, and maybe you'll learn and have some experiences yourself that you can come back and teach me. Now that would be absolutely great. So different types of fae. Okay, we also get dwarfs. Now they're all the dot more. They're not very nice, by the way. So you go with the old dwarfs. Okay, they're a bit grumpy, a bit stodgy, and yeah, they're kind of very territorial. They're like little Vikings, so I wouldn't go making friends with them. They're actually known as underground elves. They're actually known as being a bad entity of the unseelie. So I hope that helps you, and yeah, so catch you soon. Bye bye for now.